Hi, this is rdauditors.com. So basically, I just wanted to put this to attention. Something interesting what's actually taken place is that this is the FBI.gov FBI site. They've basically put under Roman Semenov as the most wanted. There's a warrant for his arrest, and it's under the conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmitting business, conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. So he's one of three co-founders and of a more or less a cryptocurrency mixer called Tornado Cash. And Tornado Cash essentially was designed to make crypto transactions harder to trace, essentially, yes? And he's basically, so there was a massive court case that actually occurred, and the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals held that Tornado Cash is immutable. Smart contracts are not the property of a foreign national or entity, meaning. So basically saying that the immutable smart contract is not the property, not a line, not owned by an entity, a foreign national or anyone whatsoever. It's code, yes? It's not owned by anyone. And smart contracts cannot be blocked under the International Emergency Economics Powers. And OFAC overstepped his authority in sanctioning Tornado Cash. Okay, so that's that. But when you then move forward, you can then see here, it says here, Treasury designates Roman, so when was this? This is in 2023, the founder of basically for virtual currency mixer Tornado Cash. Now, these individuals, the co-founders here are, so the latest basically, as it says here, the Tornado Cash, Roman Storm is one of them. So he's basically a US software developer, one of the main co-founders of Tornado Cash. He was arrested in Washington State. Sanctions of money transmitting businesses, unlicensed money laundering. He actually, federal jury in New York found him guilty of operating this information. He was actually released on bail with a $2 million bond, and he's essentially waiting for further proceedings. However, with Roman Semenov, as we can see here, who's actually wanted as a co-founder, he was arrested. He has not been arrested and remains at large, yes? So he's essentially a fugitive. And what they're basically stating that he might be in Dubai or jurisdictions where they believe they can't arrest these individuals. But however, I'm sure that Dubai probably now has relationships with America in terms of extraditing individuals that are currently at large. So we'll see how this manifests, whether he's actually in Dubai or not, who knows. But it's not been confirmed by the authorities. Then there's Alexei Pertsev. He basically is the third co-founder. He was arrested in 2022 in the Netherlands. Actually, the Dutch court sentenced him approximately to 5 years and 4 months in prison for money laundering connected to. He may be appealing. So he's the only one. He may be appealing or serving that sentence. Some reports suggest appeal proceedings were ongoing into two. So we need to actually find out whether what's actually taking place here. But clearly there's a sentence that took place with him for 5 years. This individual, he's been released on bail. So it's really just messed up. Everything's in the air of what's taking place. And where the status is thus far. But it really does set a precedent where now the FBI has clearly placed this individual, and really this stems from the issue of Korea. So basically North Korea has essentially been the hacking group of North Korea, which basically laundered in excess of $1 billion via Tornado Cash, right? So this is a clear case of why he's been sanctioned based on this. And they're saying to obfuscate the movement of over 455 million stolen in March 22, there's an attack of XE Infinity. Then there's a $96 million that actually occurred via the cyber-enabled heist of Harmony Horizon Bridge. And there was at least 7.8 million from the Nomad. And even from that, from 2022, there has been allegedly over the last few years attributions of recent hacks being connected to North Korea. I will add those details in the description. So this is an ongoing case and situation that's taking place. And it's just something to be able to be very careful in terms of, obviously we're in the software development world, we're in the AI space, we're in crypto. This is where cybersecurity, this is what we do, this is our heart. We've got a company that aims to protect users. So one needs to be very careful just in terms of what you're building, who's the end user, who could also somehow be connected and utilize this for nefarious reasons. So you need to be extremely careful, because these are the type of cases that could occur if it gets into the wrong hands or people use your software for ill-gotten gains. So anyway, this just sets a precedent. Onward, I will keep you posted with what's going on here. But obviously he's wanted, he's a fugitive, he's on the FBI list. So anyway, if you like this information, please like, subscribe and follow. And if you require any security, then reach out to us. We can help you regarding penetration tests and smart contract audits. And I'll be back with another one. Bye-bye.